Hey, what's up, YouTube? I'm Dex.
I'm Mike.
And today we're going to do a review for Luke Cage, Episode 2, Code of the Streets. Alright, so Episode 1, we find out that Luke Cage is a superhero. We find out some of his superhero powers, which, I mean, you obviously should have known if you're watching this. Also, he takes on the responsibility of looking for Chico, who stole the money from Cottonmouth. And also, Cottonmouth's people are after him, but Luke Cage has to get to him first. And Pops is kind of like in the middle of everything. Because on one side, we find out in this episode, he talks to the cops and he has to lie. You know, Cottonmouth, he's got to lie to him. You know, and then Luke Cage is kind of helping him. But nobody really knows who Luke Cage is so far in it. He's just that guy who sweeps. And
he's always around.
Yeah, and he's like the bartender, right? And like hot chicks want him. Like, that's about it. Alright, so what did you think of this episode?
I thought this episode picked up the pace a little bit. We got a little bit more action throughout the episode, or a little faster pace, I should say. I liked how we saw the different sides of Misty Knight. We got a little bit more of her backstory. You know, she's from Harlem. She was a big basketball star. She knows how to relate to people and the Pops.
Yeah.
And I also like the dynamic of Cottonmouth and Black Mariah. You know, how their shady dealings, is benefiting him by, making him more rich. And she's looking more to do good in the community and, do whatever it takes to,
help the citizens.
Help campaign her. What is it, councilman?
Yeah, she wants to basically be a city councilman. And
Yeah.
she's kind of using, I guess, drug money to do it. So she kind of wants to do the right thing, but if she was doing the right thing, she probably wouldn't be associated with Cottonmouth. But they are related, so it's kind of what you do. Oh, also, I like the fact that we found out that Misty has Misty Vision, where she can kind of like look at a crime scene, like in the back. I guess like she can kind of just like close her eyes and just like see the crime scene. It's like very cool, and then she can figure out what happens, and she uses this to figure out what the deal was with Chico and Dante and the other guy, when they were stealing the money and everything. So this episode, we basically figure out that I think within 4 hours, Luke Cage finds Chico. And it's funny because you would assume if everybody in the world is looking for Chico, he wouldn't just come in and just like knock down the door with his foot. Remember that?
Yeah.
And then Chico pulls out this gun, and at this point I'm thinking to myself, all this is happening because of Chico. I'm thinking this kid's a useless character, and he's got to go.
And it's like, Luke Cage is invincible, but yet put his gun in him.
Yeah. It's like you got the gun out and everything like that. Yeah.
But I also did like the action sequence at the barbershop at the end. Everybody getting shot up, and Luke Cage shielded the kid, which is kind of cool. And unfortunately, Pops got killed, and Pops had a great death scene, didn't he? I mean, he rolled his eyes back into his head like no other.
Yeah, he was like,
So, that was good. And also the shocking part at the end that really hooked me was when Cottonmouth retaliated against the thug who shot the barbershop. And he threw him over the side of the building. I was like, damn,
Right. Oh, we also find out that Cottonmouth does not like being called Cottonmouth.
Yes.
Yeah, so I feel like a little bit of it was he was called Cottonmouth. And then we also learn also that there's a relationship between Cottonmouth
and Pops.
And also Shades knows Luke Cage. Well, I'm sorry, Luke Cage knows Shades. Shades knows Luke Cage, but Shades hasn't kind of figured it out yet who Luke Cage is. And we know that Shades was in prison and stuff, and that's where he met Luke Cage. But for some reason, he doesn't know who Luke Cage is.
Yeah, I guess because, well,
we'll find out in later episodes why that is.
But I also like the character Turk, who is from Daredevil, showed up and was kind of like the snitch. And at the end, he said, you guys in Harlem are too crazy. I'm going back to Hell Kitchen where it's safe, which I thought was kind of funny because, that's where his character was during the Daredevil series. But I liked how this character helped tie Luke Cage and the Daredevil series together, which was pretty cool.
Yes.
So what are you going to give this one?
This was kind of one of those filler episodes where they just kind of like throw some stuff up against the wall, and you're just sitting there being like, okay, so what is this going to happen? When is this going to happen? So of course I got to watch episode 3. I'll probably give this the same as I gave. I'll probably give this like a 6 out of 10.
Okay. I like this episode a little bit better than the first one. I thought it picked up the pace a little bit more. I liked the little ruthlessness of Cottonmouth at the end. So I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10. And I also liked how this episode kind of forced Luke Cage to become more of a hero with Pop's death.
Right.
At the end of the episode, you see these pissed and, I'm about to go kick some ass now.
Right. We kind of see the evolution.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is a little bit different than what you see like in a lot of the comic book movies where they're already, like they're ready to go. But with him, he's like very hesitant.
Exactly.
He's like, I don't ever want to do anything.
Yeah, like Pops had to practically pull out an old favor in order to go look for Chico.
Yeah, it's like all these people had to die for him just to be like, maybe I should do something.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so that's where we stand, and we're gonna put a link down if you guys haven't seen our first episode of Luke Cage the review, and also we're gonna do a Luke Cage review for episode 3, which we'll put a link down. All right, thanks a lot. That's all the time that we have for today.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yes, and we'll see you guys next time.